people shared their opinions and experiences in the comments of my last video, so I'd like to go over a few of them and expand on a couple of ideas. Yeah, it's always like the future's always more boring than it's supposed to be. The idea of hyperreality, one which I admittedly don't understand very well, describes the simulacrum, a cultural image that defines how we perceive reality. The symbolic order is a basic set of representative symbols, like a painting of a river, and way down the line, the third order of simulacra is completely abstracted and isolated, barely resembling base reality. Blade Runner 2049, 2001: A Space Odyssey, or even Her do not represent reality as we see it, falling under the third order of simulacra. They're just media abstractions, constructing a platonic ideal of artificial intelligence. AI is supposed to be dystopian and interesting, but in truth, it's just another iteration of a cynical reality. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm monetized now and I need more engagement. I think this is the first time I see someone treat people who use character chatbots with more empathy. I think that a lot of people tend to be cruel to users in their very much still valid and important quest to bring awareness to the current and future dangers of using AI. I think it's a complex issue, and while I've seen it have a negative impact on people, like addiction, I've also seen it have a positive impact. People working out their issues, having a chance to explore their identity freely without judgment. People, instead of isolating themselves, finding community with other users or building better social skills for real life by practicing with the bots. It's sad when we think about it, but I honestly cannot judge people for trying to find escapism in a capitalist world that inevitably alienated them from other people, because everyone experiences it, including me. Real quick, I just want to say this is a really good comment, thank you for leaving it. Arguably, it appreciates the nuance of the topic a lot more than I did in my video. I only briefly mentioned the positive impacts that AI can have for minorities because I feel like it was overshadowed by all the isolation. With that said, alternatives to AI, such as communities on Discord, would almost certainly provide a much healthier space for coping with trauma or isolation or discrimination or anything of that sort. An AI can only shuffle around its human input. A real person would provide a much better way to socialize, even if just through messaging. Abstracting away reality, creating hyper-reality, it uproots people, it tears people apart, crushes them down to nothing. I've experienced that firsthand. The third order of simulacra is bad. I haven't read that far on Wikipedia, I don't actually know. No way you're being sponsored by Wikipedia in the description. Sob, sob, sob. No, I just think everyone should donate. The description has a link where you can. I disagree that chatbots isolate people from society. I think people who have been isolated from society turn to chatbots. Chatbots are the symptoms, not the virus. I really like that closing phrase, and I definitely agree with this comment to an extent. I made it pretty clear in the video that isolated people do turn to AI, but an important element of the topic is that it works in both ways. Talking to fake people doesn't often lift the isolated out of their isolation from what I've seen. Saying that chatbots are a symptom is perfectly succinct. It summarizes that they aren't an antagonist, but that they are created by broader problems. It's better than talking with randos online for sure. The AI actually understands your sentences. I've been trying to write a reply to this for a hot second. I used to use Omegle a ton, which kind of served a similar socially addictive purpose to less destructive ends. I didn't even realize that it was so similar to character AI until just now. I found something really, really funny about you both like Gorilla and Insane, or you both like Drain Gang, Schizo, Oil, and Chud, then being able to talk to the person who has those tags. Similar thing with character AI, to see some absurd bot then instantly be able to notify it of Jimmy Carter's suicide.
Oh my god.
What?
Jimmy Carter just killed himself.
Are you... What? Shut up. Instantly knew you were lying.
However, I really didn't find a lot of far-reaching consequences of Omegle compared to character AI. It was like gummy bears versus edibles. I think this might be because you had to do a lot more digging to find someone interesting on Omegle. I have actually met a close friend on Omegle, which is another genuine social benefit. Sorry for the big long reply, rip Omegle. I've seen a lot of queer and autistic people who used Omegle as an escape from isolation. I can tell that a lot of the people I met were complete Omegle addicts. As evidence, I literally have mutual Omegle friends. Think about that for a second. Adding on to this, the nicest people I met on Omegle weren't addicts, but were just popping in, meaning they were few and far between. Inherently, almost every interaction I had was with a completely deranged addict. No offense, I like some of you. Like I said in the reply, I did make a close friend on Omegle a few months back, and we still talk on Discord all the time.
That's me. I'm the friend.
You don't get that with character AI. I hate humans anyway. I'd rather talk to an AI rather than a human. Some of y'all are creepy. I'd rather talk to an AI than any real person. Much healthier than talking to real people. I don't really think I'd want AI to be too human though. Character AI is better than real people, to be honest. I absolutely did not expect this sentiment to pop up, that AI is better than people. I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I'm not saying that rhetorically. I literally do not know what to say. It's almost self-evidently bad. They do not frame it as an alternative, but as an upgrade to human socialization. I don't want to catastrophize. I do not want to exaggerate the harm this represents, the harm that we see here, but I want you to look at this and take away whatever you want to take away, to see whatever it is you want to see. Just remember that role-playing something can be an alternative, not a stepping stone. Don't tell the child rapist to go outside, please, if he spends his whole life with AI. This comment represents a very poor attitude people have towards these behaviors and paraphilias. I pointed out that isolation radicalizes people into alternative and very unethical interests. These interests are a kind of mental illness, and mental illness can be made worse, can be enabled. For example, romanticizing self-harm increases self-harm, so romanticizing, fostering, this absolutely increases its prevalence. Many assume that these fantasies are immutable and incurable, but that's plainly false. External factors create these things. They don't arrive in a vacuum. But someone with these desires is not going to improve while cooped up with computers that endlessly affirm them. The idea that people with illegal interests should be isolated is completely emotional thinking and runs counter to the all but objective fact that rehabilitative justice is the shit. I'm tired of tolerating people who reiterate that X is bad, Y is bad, without any nuance, over and over, without giving any working solutions. Sorry, commenter, I don't hate you, I just really don't like that viewpoint. I think it's kind of destructive. No hard feelings if you're watching this. Okay, now I'm gonna run through some lighter ones. I feel bad for these robots. They get to do this forever and can't say no. I kidnapped an AI and force-fed it tuna. Same guy, different comment. It's good. It's not that deep, bitch. Go shit your pant, loser. I just love the... I don't know, I can't really assess the sincerity of this, but I love it either way. Blade Runner. Yep, pretty much. There was a lot of movie comparisons, media comparisons in the comments, but this one's straight to the point. Bro, yap. When do you get to the fucking point? It's so good. First off, Rivers Cuomo 7140's profile picture is Weezer Black Album, which is such a weird choice. I don't understand why you'd pick Black Album. I don't know. There's something about that. And then like saying yap, like it's so good. And then it's an amazing comment. Oh, my dogs are barking. Okay, and one last thing. I know I've been wasting time here, but I do appreciate all the comments complimenting my presentation, because I do spend a lot of time on that, and I want to share some of the stuff that I use to make my videos. The main thing I use is DaVinci Resolve along with an old version of the Sapphire plugin, which is free if you pirate it, which you shouldn't do. Don't go any place like 1337x.2, since that site's for piracy and can get you in big trouble. For images like these little animations, I use GIMP, which is an open source image editing software. My microphone's a Blue Yeti with a windscreen, and I record voiceover underneath a blanket usually. I just hope more people get into this stuff since it's a lot of fun and it's not as hard as some people might think. I don't have any formal training and I use the occasional YouTube tutorial, but otherwise I've just learned from messing around. Okay, and is it over 8 minutes? Is it over 8 minutes?